What if I told you some of the most valuable sports cards in the world technically exist, but nobody knows where they are? They haven't been destroyed, they haven't disappeared, they've either never been pulled or they're sitting in someone's collection completely off the radar. We're talking about cards worth hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars that have never surfaced to the public. If you're new here, my name is Eric Michael. I've been buying and selling cards since 2015, and since 2020, I've helped thousands of people do the same. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 most expensive missing sports cards and why nobody has seen them yet. And if you want a list of rare cards to keep an eye out for, I put a free PDF in the description so you can save it later. Go get it. Let's get into it. Card number 1. This is actually the most expensive one. This is the 2003 Ultimate Collection Vertical 101 Logo Man LeBron James Auto. So from Ultimate Collection, there's 2 101s. There's 2 Logo Mans. There's the horizontal, then there's the vertical. The horizontal actually sold in 2016 for $312,000. Both are probably worth roughly-ish the same. This card today would be worth 5 to 10 mil. If I had to take a guess, I would say it's 10 mil plus. Honestly, it's kind of dependent on what people want to pay for it. And where is this card and how much would it take to possibly find it? So today, a 2003 Hobby Box Ultimate Collection is worth $12,000. That's how much it cost to get a box of these cards to open it up, right? And this is the math. So back then in 2003, when LeBron was a rookie, cards weren't as big. There weren't as many hobby boxes produced. So there were roughly about 5,000 hobby boxes produced. Today, roughly, we don't have the exact number, but roughly it would take there's about 500 hobby boxes remaining. About 90% of them have been ripped, okay? That's kind of the math of what it would take to find it. But the question you have to ask yourself is it even in one of those hobby boxes? Maybe somebody pulled the card and it's just been sitting in their collection. They never want it to surface because because that person doesn't want anybody to know they have it. Or maybe because cards weren't as big back then, somebody bought a box of cards for $50 or $100, whatever it cost back then. They saw the card and they just on accident left it on their kitchen table and it went out in the garbage. That's a possibility. We don't know. So you don't actually know if the card is in one of these boxes. We think it is. We don't know. That's number 1. Number 2, a card probably worth it just as much, maybe a little bit less, is the 2009 Topps Chrome Steph Curry Super Fractor. I think this card would be 7 to 10 mil in that range. Now, there was about 50 to 80,000 boxes produced of Topps Chrome, okay? 90% of them were ripped. So that leaves us with a few thousand boxes most likely in existence. Once again, we don't have the exact number, but roughly. And a box today of 2009 Topps Chrome cost $45,000. So it's very expensive. So if you wanted to open up all the boxes of Topps Chrome, it would cost you well over $100 million. And there's only a 1 out of a few thousand chance that the card is even in there. But same thing as the LeBron, is it in there? Right? When in 2009, we forget Steph Curry was not a number 1 pick, right? I believe he was number 9 to the Warriors, or 8 or 9. I just remember the Knicks didn't get him, and I wanted the Knicks to get him. But when someone found that card, they may not even have known who Steph Curry was. Maybe it was just a family opening up cards on Christmas for fun. They saw this guy named Steph Curry. They left it under the Christmas tree. The dog ate it and it went out in the garbage, right? Or maybe somebody has it and it's been hiding in their collection for years. We don't know, but that card would be very, very expensive to find. And nowadays, people don't really open up these boxes because it's cost $45,000. And the odds of you hitting a Steph Curry, the superfractor, is not high whatsoever. It's a very bad gamble to open up one of these boxes, and you need a lot of money because you have to be willing to swallow $45,000. So that's number 2. Number 3, and probably the most well-known card that's missing, is the 2018 Prism Black Luka 101. I think this card personally is worth roughly about $2 million. And the math is a little bit different on this card because cards in 2018 were starting to gain a lot of steam. They were getting very popular, and there were more boxes produced. So there's about 16,000 hobby cases produced. In one hobby case, there's 12 hobby boxes. So there's roughly 200,000 hobby boxes that were given out to the public. About 90% of them have been ripped, which leaves us to about roughly 19,000 to 20,000 hobby boxes still remaining. For one hobby case, it costs about $50,000. So that means one hobby box is worth about $4,000. And if you wanted to guarantee yourself to get this card, it would cost you about $7.6 million in spending to open up all of the hobby boxes that still remain. Once again, these are rough numbers based on my experience and me doing a little bit of math. But once again, people don't really open up 2018 Prism because it's expensive. And the odds of you getting something good are very low. And same thing applies. Maybe some random person opened the card, they had no idea what the card meant, or they had no idea who Luka Doncic was. When Luka was drafted, I barely knew who he was until he started to play, and he played really good. So we don't know if this card's in one of these boxes or cases, or if it's just been hiding with a collector in Asia for this whole time, right? We have no idea. But those are three really valuable cards that are missing today, and it would be really expensive to find out if it's in one of the boxes or cases that could possibly be in. The 2003 Ultimate Collection Logo Man, Vertical LeBron 101, 2009 Topps Chrome, Superfractor Curry, and the 2018 Prism Black Luka 101. If I had to get one of these cards, I would actually choose the Curry if it was my option, but I don't have that choice. There's a free PDF down below in the description. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Cool. Interesting one, right? It's always interesting. Like, where are these cards? Does somebody have them? Does somebody not? Nobody knows. Nobody knows, but we'll let the callers begin. We'll let the fun begin, right? This is why we all come. And by the way, if you're calling, please have a question. No one likes when you ramble. I love you guys, but just nobody wants to hear about your sob story about how your 80s cards got thrown out because, your mom didn't know any better. Now you don't talk to your mom anymore. So let's not do that. Exciting news though. Basketball starts basketball playoffs start, and I'm pumped. Big Knicks fan over here. I might go to the game Saturday night because I'll be in New Jersey for the Dallas Card Show. So that's going to be pretty fun. Oh, play the Hawks in the first round. Only -5.5 in the first game. Surprising. Very surprising. All right, let's see if there's any callers. The queue's open. The queue is open for... Oh, Edmonton, you called back at the end of last podcast. I just saw that now. I don't know if you're listening anymore. If there's no callers, I fear. What's up, Walter? Buenos dias. I fear if the phone's working. We'll give this another 30 seconds. Yo, Eric. Love your show. Thanks, Jacob Nolan. Thank you very much. Slow start to the show. Oh, yeah. What is that? That's not you, right? That's you? 717? Yeah, okay, yeah. You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric. My name is Brandon. I'm in the process of purchasing an SGA card. It's a 2024 downtown and a Gem Mint 10. My question is this something that, obviously lead runner with Wemby being out for MVP this year, OKC, very good shot at potentially winning an NBA title. So my question is, with me purchasing it right now, I'm getting a good deal on it. Should I sell it at kind of the peak of the hype over the next couple months here, assuming they make a deep playoff run, he wins MVP, let's just assume that stuff happens? Or is he turning into a legacy player where maybe it might be worth holding on to and selling later down the road? I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on that.
I mean, you're talking to somebody that always sells right away. I never hold players that are playing, ever. So you're talking to someone that's going to give you the same answer every single time. However, if I just like a piece of advice, if you're regardless whether you're going to sell it in a few months, hoping his value goes up, or whether you're going to keep it long term, that's probably not the card you want to buy. Not because it's a bad card, but it's not going to appreciate the same as this rookie. Like, I assume that card's worth what, like 1,000 plus? I would assume.
Yeah, they're going on eBay right now for like 4,500 ish, somewhere around there.
A 40, yeah, dude. If you're spending that type of money, I would strongly suggest just buying a rookie from 2018. Like you could buy some pretty nice prism of Shea for that cost. And like the reason I'm telling you to do that is because if Shea's value goes up, that card that you're buying isn't gonna go up nearly as much as like a silver prism PSA 10 or some other type of color. So, and it's also a lot easier to sell his rookie stuff than a 2024 downtown. So, just like a piece of advice, and it works. Like you won't have a problem making money most likely with what you're buying. You'll just make more most likely with his rookie. As a heads up.
I gotcha. So basically, sell at the peak, over the next couple months, hopefully, assuming things play out like they should, and then translate that money into one of his rookie, maybe an on-card auto from him in his rookie season, something like that.
Yeah, you already bought the card?
Yes. Yep.
Got it. Yeah, I would honestly like if I were you, you could do that or you could sell it I don't know, if it was mine, I would just sell it now and then put the money into a rookie right away. But yeah, long term, whether you sell it in a few months or you sell it tomorrow, you want one of his rookies from 2018, preferably his Prism or his Optic or maybe his National Treasures, which would be really expensive, but one of those.
Okay, gotcha. And then, do you mind if I bounce one more question off of you?
Do it.
So, I'm I'm on the newer side of sports card investing. My boys got me back into it, and so I've built up a pretty decent collection over the last few months. I'm probably in my collection in the neighborhood of like 15 grandish, somewhere around there.
Okay.
If I wanted to kind of liquidate everything quickly and start putting it into other sports cards that I've kind of found, like you were saying, might hold better value long term, long haul from like established players that are retired, that type of thing. So, what would be the easiest place for me to like take a collection like that and go and sell it at once? Should I be going to like one of these major, like West Coast giant sports shows? Should I be doing it on eBay? Like how would a situation like that?
What type of stuff do you have? Give me an example of like an average card in your collection.
Okay, so like I have Mahomes Uptown in a 10. I have a Drake May Uptown in a 10. I have a
Okay.
Drake May Green Pandora to 25 and a 10, like
Got it.
that kind of stuff.
Got it. So, and I assume you don't need the money tomorrow?
I do not. No, it's not like a pinch for cash. I want to make a smart long term investment, if that makes sense. And I know you're like a here and now guy for people that are playing right now. So I agree with you where I would like to kind of transition to some of these guys that like, we know where Jordan's market is. We know where, getting to some old school guys like a Babe Ruth, a Mantle, like that type of thing, that their value theoretically is just going to continue to go up and up.
Yep. So you'll net the most amount of money. I could almost guarantee it by going to a card show and setting up. You'll get straight cash. People will pay you very strong. You probably want to look at selling to a repacker. Some of these repackers will pay you 95% in cash, which is more than you would net on eBay because eBay takes 13%. So
Yeah.
where do you live again?
I'm in southern Pennsylvania.
So, I mean, I'm actually going to a big show this weekend by you. It's in Edison, New Jersey. So, you don't have to go to the West Coast card show, but there's a bunch of big shows all over. The Philly card show is a big one, but setting up one of those bigger ones, you'll most likely sell all your stuff within a day.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it was something we had thought about. I've never, like I said, I'm kind of newer to it. I've never actually set up at a card show or anything like that, but it doesn't seem overly complicated. So,
Nah, it's
might look into
not.
that.
You just you just rent one of those. What are they called? Like the showcases where the cards go in. You could rent them at the show.
Yeah.
I would just have all your cards priced out the night before because sometimes the Wi-Fi or connection at the show is janky. It depends. So, but other than that, you just sit behind the booth. People come up to you, and you start negotiating.
Cool. Sounds good, man. I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for the advice.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for the call.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Edmonton, you called back. I don't think I can call you though. Oh, all right, Edmonton. I'm gonna give you a minute here to call me. So I can't call you for some reason. I can't call Canada, but you could call me. So I'll give you 60 seconds here. We'll go through the chat. Good morning, chat. Good morning. Who are you buying? That's a secret. You got to pay me a lot of money if you want to know who I'm buying. Now I'll tell you who I'm buying. Daniels, Penix. Bought an Ace Bailey card. I'll let you know at this jersey card. I haven't bought a card in a few days, but I'll probably buy a bunch of this card show in Jersey. Oh, there we go. We got it. You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, how's it going? Michael from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
What's up, man? We've been playing phone tag for like a few days now.
Hey, no kidding. It's first time caller. I'm fairly new to this whole slabbing and investing things. I had a couple questions for you here while I'm driving to work. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on 88 Fleer basketball? I picked up the recent card show. John Stockton seems to be in really good condition. I got it for like $25, and I look at the comps online. It seems like a 9 and a 10 go pretty good, but just overall that set as a whole for doing this, like what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a great set of cards. It's only going to continue to go up. It's all just those cards. It's literally just all about condition, right? Like a 9 is like $60, a 10 $600, but those cards are really really hard to get a 10. Like if you look,
Yeah.
I'll pull this up. If you look at there's a website called gemrate.com. You may or may not have heard of it, but out of 18,000 or excuse me, out of 15,000 cards sent to PSA, 1,000 have gotten a 10. So it's a hard card to get a 10. You know, like 8% get a 10.
Gotcha. Okay, no, that makes sense. That seems like it'd be in pretty good condition, but I figured just for getting the price so low, it's worth taking a shot on, right?
Yeah. If the corners are sharp and it's centered, let it rip. It's low risk.
Yeah, cool. And one more quick question for you here. So I was gifted a couple of cheaper boxes to rip, and I ripped them open with my kids. And there's a box of Optics NFL 2025 and a box of 2025 Absolute. And in the same rip, I got a downtown in the Optic and a Kaboom in the Absolute, believe it or not. So
Wow.
I've already sent the Absolute off for grading. Yeah, I know it. I never really ripped boxes.
Better to be lucky than good, right?
Pretty crazy. Yeah, no kidding. So, thoughts on grading the Kabooms and Uptowns, and not Uptown. The downtown was a Fitzgerald, and I want to just liquidate that and use those two cards as kind of like my startup funds to start flipping cards. But when it's an older player, like, is that worth hanging on to, or just flip it and go?
The short answer is flip it and go. Just flip it and go.
As much.
Yeah.
Cool, man. That's pretty much my only question. So give me some clarification there, and appreciate you taking the call and appreciate your insights.
Well, thanks, man. Safe drive to work. Thanks for calling in.
Cheers, man. Take care.
Bye. Randy. The one who's wearing his child's headset or headphones instead of his child. Just so you guys can see.
What's up, Eric?
What's up, Randy?
Hey, I loved you going to the Rays game. The Yankees lose.
Oh yeah, that was good, man. I bet the Rays too. That was like just a nice way to do that. Then I lost all my money the next morning because I bet Alcaraz to beat Sinner, and then I lost all the money I won. But it was nice while it happened.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Well, I'm glad you had fun. So, question for you. I watched your video last night before I went to bed about never grade these 3 sports cards again. You talked about not buying new guys, but I guess I'm confused because you said, hey, you guys should be buying Cam Ward because you thought his price was pretty good. So I didn't know because I might have screwed up then based off your video because I bought a sweet level out of 10 Cam Ward Select.
Now Cam Ward, I like. So here,
Okay.
I'll show you. So it's
Just
not.
because you talked about second tier products, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I
Yeah.
really don't. I've been buying a lot of Prism, but I'm starting to find good Select deals. So I'm like,
Yeah, no, Select's good. But
okay.
like, okay, Cam Ward,
Mm-hmm.
his cards have actually they've went up a little bit over the course of the past few months
Yeah.
because he didn't start out high because he stunk. So nobody
Right.
wanted him. His cards didn't start out that high. But if you look at like a Jackson Dart, right? Someone that's has a lot of excitement, people love him and yada yada yada. His cards actually go down after they've come out. So because there wasn't really much hype with Cam Ward, I'm okay buying it. But like
All right.
with new guys, and when there's hype around them, those guys usually will go down in value as the season gets
Right.
closer. So like that's the only reason I like Cam Ward. I would still rather buy like I don't know, like Jaden Daniels or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't mind Cam Ward, especially because he has a lot of new gradable cards because his cards are newer. I just stay away for the most part from Dart, Shador, Tyler Shuck.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure on that because I was like, damn, I watched that video and I already bought the card and I was like, oh,
Which card did you
well,
buy?
shit. So it's a Gold Mojo out of 10. None of them been graded yet. Select Sweet level.
It's a nice card.
Yeah, so I got it for like $1,200. I thought that was pretty fair. Raw, so
With our
just thought I'll
comps?
grade it. That no, but the other I comped it to the other ones, like the lower level ones, were selling for roughly $1,200. Like those lower level, like Concourse and those other ones of Select.
Got it. Yeah, I think you got a good deal, man. Because this other one, yeah, I think you got a good deal because it's out of 10 color wheeled, it's 1,700. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gold would be worth just as much, I think. So it sounds like a good deal.
Okay, cool. And then one last question. I know you talk about, if people authenticate a card, it's usually like beat up.
Yep.
But I've seen a Contenders Jordan Love. It was an image variation of his, but it was this Contenders rookie. They didn't grade the card. They got it authenticated, but they graded the grade. Why do people do that?
They graded
Why
the auto, you mean, right?
Yeah, just the auto. And then I guess why would they do that, especially with a Contenders card? I was confused. And like, what do you compare? How do you comp an authentic grade? Like, what is that
Authentic
comparable to?
would be probably around the same price as raw. It's probably less desirable
Okay.
than raw. And the reason they did that is because the card's damaged. It probably has surface damage you can't see in a grade like a PSA 7. So then they don't want to see that 7 on their card.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was something with damage, but I didn't know like what you could comp it to. I was like, it's a cool card, but I was like, I have no idea what the price is off of. So
something somewhere around raw, but honestly, I would not buy
a little
it.
less.
It's
Yeah.
No one wants authentic. If I saw an authentic card, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't either. I was just like, that's ugly weird. I don't like it. So, all right, cool, man. Well, that's all my questions. I appreciate you.
All right, thanks, Randy.
Yep, later, brother.
See ya. All right, we got New York.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
What's up, Eric? Long time listener to the show.
What up? What up? We've spoke before, right?
Yeah, I think we have. I spoke to like one of your guys about your course. It sounded pretty cool, but I had a different question today.
But no, have we spoke before on this podcast? Have you called in before?
Oh, I think I tried, but it didn't really work out. I had like bad service.
Oh, okay. Well, how can I help? Well, what's your name again?
I'm Joe.
Joe. What's up, Joe? How can I help you?
So I'm holding on to this pretty specific LeBron card. It's his 2023 Topps Now small print or a super short print.
Okay.
It says 40,000 points. I don't know if you want to pull it up. I was kind of curious on how you like view the card. If you think it's a long-term hold, if it's a quick flip.
I'm gonna tell you to flip it regardless, but I'll look at the card for you to give you like some more detail. But What's the name of it again? Go for it.
It's the 2023 Topps Now LeBron James short print, 40,000 points.
So the card's worth it's of him holding the 40K above his head.
No, it's the 40K sign in the white suit.
40K sign in the white suit. Let's see. 40Ks. Do you know what's the card worth roughly?
Roughly, probably about 900 to 800.
Is it? You said it's SP?
Yeah, it's SP.
And is yours graded?
Yeah, it's graded to 10.
Ah. How'd you get this card?
I just had a trade inside a card shop. Some guy came in looking to buy, and I was also looking to buy. I was like, let me just buy from you.
Wow,
I got this.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, I got it for 500 alongside a Tyrese Maxey on card auto. Kind of strangely, the guy was like really trying to get rid of it.
Nice. I mean, a card like this is probably only going to go up in value with time. It's just going to go up slowly. But I mean, you probably heard me say this before. I think even if this card doubles in the next year, probably won't. But even if it does, I think I'd rather have the money today so I could make much more than doubling it. So that's my theory. So that's why I'm always going to tell you to sell it. Will it go up? Yes, but it's more of a question for what you want to do. But that's kind of how my outlook on it.
Okay, cool. But it's like one of the more solid ones to just kind of hold. Like, don't rush out to sell it.
Yeah, it's a card that is desirable. It's, usually Topps Now isn't like the greatest, but something like that is definitely very desirable.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for the help.
All right, thanks, bro. Any other calls or questions? Sorry.
No, that was it, really.
Cool, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, for sure. Thank you.
All right, bye. All right, we got Minneapolis.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric, this is Joe from Minnesota.
Joe, what's up, dude? How can I help?
Quick question. I know a previous caller had a little bit of a blurb about auto grades and stuff like that.
Okay.
I have a couple 10-10s. The card grades a 10 and the auto's a 10.
Yep.
How much of one's a pop one and another one, a sale has like in 2024 or something like that. So it's kind of tough to figure out a price. So how much that from a regular auto 10 or a card 10?
Depends on the card, but usually 10 to 20%. What's the card?
One is a 2024 Mosaic Amon-Ra St. Brown honeycomb with a white auto to it.
Yep.
That's the pop one. So that's a tough one.
I would say take the PSA 10 price. Wait, is yours the only PSA 10?
A 10-10, yeah, for only the auto and the card.
Only 10-10. So what's a regular PSA 10 do?
I'd have to look it up.
Well, whatever a regular PSA 10 does, just bump another 10%.
Oh, it's just 10%, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
It's not as much as you think, unless it's the only time it's worth a lot. Maybe if it's like for example, like an Ohtani Bowman Chrome. A lot of his autographs were streaky and not that good. So because not a lot of them were good, if you get a 10 auto, it means a lot. So it could bump it up 30, 40, 50%. I remember when I was first flipping cards, Derek Carr was like the shit in 2015 and 2016. And all of his autographs were bad, like 95% of them. So if you found one that was good and you got an auto 10, it bumped it up a lot. So, yeah.
Well, how about now? This one doesn't have a lot of sales to it, so I had a hard time doing it. I have an 87 Topps traded Greg Maddux.
Okay.
And that's a Gen 10 and the Auto 10.
Let me look it up. So it's 1987 traded Maddux Auto.
Yeah, there's a lot of Auto 10s and there's a lot of Gen Mint 10s, but there's not a lot of 10-10s.
So it was an in-person autograph by him.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nice. I see a sale for $943 of a 1010. So.
Oh, really? What year was that? Recently?
April 4th, 2026. So 9 days ago. Then
Oh,
one
really?
right before it did $925. So right in that like mid $900 range.
Oh, great. Thanks for checking on that for me.
Yeah, I got you. Any other questions?
Yeah, the other one is that I don't know, like on Card Ladder, they usually have the eBay sales.
Yep.
I saw a couple of sales from Card Hobby. And I kind of looked into it. It's a China website. Do you have any experience with that?
Card Hobby is isn't that a big eBay store? But no, I don't. But it seems like I'm looking here. It's just another marketplace to buy cards. That's all it is.
So I'm assuming it's reliable if Card Ladder is throwing on sales.
Yeah. I'm sure the sales are real. It seems like, yeah, I'm looking here. Yeah, it's I've heard of the Card Hobby. I didn't know it was like a marketplace as well. But yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling, Joe.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I walk alone. Doo-doo-doo. You got Eric? You're live?
Hey, how's it going, man? It's Josh.
What's up, Josh? How may I be at your service?
So I've been in cards here for about 4 years. I do a lot of online sales. I've done the breaker thing on both TikTok and whatnot and everything. Did my first card show this weekend.
Oh, nice. Which one?
It's a real small one in Eastern Oregon. I'm from a small town of 10,000 people, and it was a small 20-table show. My first show I've even been to.
Nice.
But set up there, I did decent. 2 days, 4 hours a day, I think I did $1,600 just out of my cards I had sitting around.
It's not bad. 4 hours of work or 8 hours of work, $1,600.
Not bad at all. I mean, I don't know what I spent to get that, but it was a good turnaround.
We'll ignore that for now.
Right. No, it sounds like my girlfriend's talking. So I'm a big Niners fan, and I obviously have a pretty extensive Niners PC.
Yep.
I've got a lot of autographed jerseys like Barry Sanders, Jettas, Jamar Chase, Brock Purdy. I took all those with me, sold a couple jerseys. I had a ton of Niners cards there, and luckily there was a bunch of Niners fans there. But I realized I'm going to run into the problem in my next shows that I don't have a ton of inventory of other teams and players and whatnot. Should I look into working on inventory for that if I'm going to be doing a lot of shows, or should I just really bite into the Niners side of it and just keep rolling Niners and try to meet Niners fans at these shows?
Short answer, no. You're thinking about it in the wrong lens. So the question you have to ask yourself, so let's take the National Card Show, right? This is at the end of July, beginning of August.
Okay. Right.
Like it helps a little bit. So like this is in Chicago, right? And what a lot of people are going to do is they're going to be like, "Oh my god, this card show's in Chicago. I'm going to go buy a bunch of Caleb Williams because there's going to be a lot of buyers."
Right.
It doesn't really help you out that much, maybe a little bit, because guess what happens at this card show? There's a billion cards of Caleb Williams, and when supply is that high,
does the same thing. Yeah.
Yes. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, what is going to be hot in late July, August? Like I can tell you what I bought a bunch of Penix, a bunch of Jaden Daniels, Stroud, some Jordan Love, some Trevor Lawrence. That's some stuff I bought that I'll sell some of it at that show. But the question you should be asking yourself is, what is going to be in demand and hot at that show, whatever show you're going to, not what city I'm in and what players play or what teams are involved in that city. It doesn't mean as much as you think.
Okay. What about just a broad, like obviously at this show, a lot of people are looking for basketball players. That's what's hot. And then, of course, everyone's asking for Otanis and whatnot.
Yep.
So then if I'm looking at more having things that could also bring other people, and I had a couple downtowns and a Bijan Kaboom and whatnot.
Yep.
If I don't sell those, I've got a show in 2 weeks. Should I hold off on selling those online and take those to the show with me so I have table stuff for people to kind of see to come over and?
Yeah, you'll always, not always, but you'll usually net more. Yes, because if you need the table, like you need to fill up your table, and also yes, because you'll usually net more at a show because people are paying you cash. as opposed to going on eBay or dealing with someone on Facebook. So the answer is yes, I would. If you're going to another show in 2 weeks, you're probably going to net more for that stuff.
That makes sense here too. But yeah, I think that's kind of it opened up a whole thing for me, man. And it was a small show, so I'm
man.
trying to figure
Card
out.
shows are crazy places to make money. Like it is such high leverage on your time. You go there for, let's say a Friday and a Saturday. You're there for 10 hours total, 12 hours total. But like once you get movie and cards, you could easily profit a few $1,000s, which is great for like 10 hours of work. Sign me up, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's such high leverage on your time because one deal on Facebook or eBay might take a day or two of messaging back and forth. They don't reply, but you could do 10 deals in a span of 2 hours at a card show, and that would take you a month online. So just the rate at which you're able to flip and buy cards and negotiate, because it happens right there in person, is just so fast.
Yeah, and you don't worry about Uncle Sam.
Yeah, that too. Whole nother conversation, but yes.
And that's the only regret I had the whole show was a guy came up to me and was asking me about some of my downtowns, and he showed me a CD and a Derrick Henry downtown and talking prices. I'm like, well, what are you looking for him? And he goes, oh, $400, for him. I thought he meant $400 a piece. He meant $400 for both, and I missed it. And the guy next to me ended up getting them, but
yeah, that's always
slipped up on that one.
That's always annoying. When were they 10s?
No, they're raw.
Oh, raw. Yeah, that's always annoying when like you'll I've had this happen so many times. I'll be at my table. Someone will come up to me and they'll be showing me their cards. I'm interested in a few. And then there's another guy next to him that'll butt his head in there and be like, "Hey, how much are you asking for this?" I'm like, "Whoa, slow your roll down, buddy. This is my real estate, right? Not yours. So why don't you get in line if I'm not interested and then buy them?" Or like
that just seems like etiquette,
Yeah, there's not a lot of etiquette at card shows, and I've definitely been guilty of it. Like I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect, but yeah, and then or sometimes people will ask like, "Hey, do you mind if I also like negotiate on these cards?" Or like, "I'm interested in this." I'm like, "Yeah, I actually do mind. Thank you for asking."
All that's going to do is raise the price, dude. So why would I want you to do that?
Yeah, and just asking, like letting this person who I'm dealing with, like that's selling me the cards, just asking already screws me a little bit because now the guy's like, oh well, like this card's obviously in demand, so maybe I was at $800, maybe I'm at 850 now or 900, right? So it's like just don't say it, just shut your mouth, don't say anything. Go like when I'm at a table, like I'm like the person walking around and I see something I like, I'll just patiently wait for the deal to not go through if it doesn't. And then when he walks away, I'll just tap him on the shoulder. Hey, I was interested in that LeBron card. But yeah,
which makes 100% sense.
Yeah, I've seen fights at card shows, people yelling at each other.
Hell yeah.
I one time this random guy started yelling at me because I don't think he liked my content or something. Like I was just walking by him and he just started screaming at me. I don't know.
Jealousy's a hell of a thing, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, the card shows are crazy, man. They're crazy.
Yeah, it's the one thing I did tell myself going in there, I said I'm going to comp everything, the big stuff, and everything else. I kind of have an idea, and I'm not going to look for 100%. I'm not going to put 100% on it. I'm going to just shoot for the 90% range.
Yep.
And take 80%. I don't care. I need to move this stuff. I've got so many cards that it's annoying.
Yeah, that is the right mentality when you want to sell at like 95%, because your stuff will sell so much faster than trying to sell it at 100%. And now you get that money faster and you can turn it over faster. So, and you actually like build good relationships because people want to do deals with you if you're that guy that's fair, right? So,
and I spent $20 the whole show. I mean, I didn't go out and spend a bunch of money, but I did give free cards out to like people that were buying. Their kids were with them. I was, buttering them up and.
Yep.
They're like, how much for this card? It's $1 card. I'm like, oh, you can have it, Then the parents come back, spend more money. So I'm kind of like, I kind of figured that part out. But it's having the table set up, having the correct cards out on the table, out of my collection, knowing what to put on the table. I thought these would sell good. They didn't, and then the ones that I didn't think would sell good are the ones that sold. It was kind of a weird, like I had kabooms and, not even one person asked about the Bijan kaboom, but everyone asked about some alien insert that I had. You know what I mean? It's like, it was weird. I expected different.
Yeah, that is weird. That is strange.
So that's kind of figure that side of it out, but that makes total sense. So I'll kind of follow the seasons, I guess.
Yeah, that's the question you want to ask yourself. Who will be hot at the next show I go to? That's the golden question.
Right on, man. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, that was Oregon. I think the queue's open after this caller. Nebraska. We're calling you, buddy.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, Eric. Love the show, man.
Thanks, man. Who's calling?
This is Brandon from Nebraska.
Brandon, Nebraska. What's up, man? How can I help?
So, in a pretty good debate about patch cards, so thick cards, your caller sparked earlier about the grade. Like, cause I like the look of authentic and then the auto graded 10. So authentic auto 10, especially on fat cards.
Okay.
So I have a bunch of them and getting ready to send them to PSA. And so I'm figuring out, what do you do? Do I put in the authentic and then grade the auto only on patch cards, or you still get a grade, and if it's an 8, it's an 8?
Well, for this reason, that's why I don't grade patch cards. Unless I think it's perfect and I can get a 10. I don't grade cards ever unless I think it can get a 10, or modern cards at least. So for this exact reason, because an 8 kind of diminishes the value, so does authentic. Yeah. So it's like you're grading to lose money essentially. So that's why I don't buy many thick patch cards, but when I do, I'm shooting for a 10, like an off chance at 10s, and I can make a lot of money. But outside of that, I don't mess around with them.
Okay. Yeah, those patches, man, the soft edges on them and stuff, and it just drives me nuts. And I just hate seeing an 8 on a card.
Yeah.
And so that's what spurred the whole conversation. So
does everybody else, my friend. That's why no one likes to buy 8s.
No one. I hate 8s.
Yeah.
I did take your advice too. Well, maybe the Mickey Mantle. I picked up a 56 Mantle at a card show.
Nice.
Very excited about that. Do you ever pick up a card and then send it in to regrade?
Very rarely, but only with modern cards. I don't really do that with vintage because it's a bad idea with vintage because they're just getting stricter and stricter and they want to control the population. So unless you really think, really think it's undergraded, which it's usually not, it's usually a bad gamble with vintage cards. It's like shooting in the dark. With modern cards, I'll do it sometimes, but yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, love the advice. Take another call. I'll keep listening.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. The queue is open for business, the queue. So I'll take a few more callers pending time. Let's see if there's any questions here. Where's the pay Uncle Sam content? I'm driving myself nuts trying to ensure I'm properly accounting for everything. So I can give you like quick advice on this. I'm not an accountant. This is the question at hand. So what you should do, you should set up an LLC in a business. So you should have a separate debit card, a separate credit card, a separate PayPal, separate bank account for your sports card business. And then all your transactions are run through there. And if you have an accountant, they'll be able to, you're making their life way easier. Now that's not mixed with your personal. I used to mix it with my personal when I first started because I didn't know what I was doing. And then you just keep track of all your purchases and sales on a spreadsheet. And if you're smart, what you'll do at the end of the year in November and December, you'll start to spend a lot of money on cards. Not only one, because it's a good time to buy cards because they're cheap, but two, let's say you made 80 grand in the year, go spend 50, 60 grand on cards. So at the end of the year, your profits are 20, 25, 30,000 and you're paying way less taxes. So like just quick, very basic accounting or tax advice. And then also you want to start an LLC because that allows you to write things off. If you buy a printer for your home and you don't have an LLC, it's hard to write it off. But if you do, you can say it's for your card business because it is. Now it's a tax write-off. So that's like very basic Uncle Sam accounting advice. And I'm not an accountant by any stretch of the imagination. So whatever the hell I just said, I would definitely run it by your accountant because because don't listen to some random guy on the internet, right? Any other questions? What's your opinion? This is a good question. What's your opinion on the hockey market? It's picking up. It's kind of like the basketball market. The basketball market was dead for a few years because there was no real good young guys. And then Cooper Flag, Con Knuppel, VJ Edgecombe all helped it out. Hockey, kind of the same thing. You have that kid Matt Schaefer on the Islanders, who's really good. You also have Macklin Celebrini, who's having like an MVP year essentially. So more young guys, more young hype. Markets tend to pick up. So hockey's picking up. It's not as big as basketball, football, or baseball, but it is picking up, and it's a great place to make money, especially because you're a lot of the cards you're selling to are people in Canada, and it's difficult for them to grade cards. So hopefully that makes sense. Jordan Walker's on fire, man. Jordan Walker's on a fire. Anyone stocking up on his cards? I would not. I would do the exact opposite. You want to buy the guys that are not hot, not buy the guys that are hot. See Gabriel 06 just as a piece of advice. It usually doesn't work out well. But any other questions? I'll give you guys 20 or 30 more seconds to call in. Light day on the callers. I'll give you guys a little bit more time. If any of you guys are, I'll share my screen over here real quick. See what's out there. I didn't go on eBay all weekend, so I might as well take advantage now and see what the kid likes. See what's ending in auction today. I went to the Rays game for the first time to Tropicana Field. Wow, that stadium's a real shithole. It looks like it's in someone's backyard. That's what my friend said, and it's kind of true. It looks like just it was not made to be a major league stadium. Let's see what's out there in the universe of. Ooh, T-Law. That's a nice Trevor Lawrence. I'm only looking to buy 10s for the most part, though. Easier to sell. Caleb Williams. I think I have this card, actually. I think I bought it the last show. I bought Drake May. CJ Stroud. So his stuff must be picking up, but that's at 270 already. Jaden Daniels Mosaic. That's a nice stained glass mosaic. Oh, yeah, this is I like this. Let's give this a bid. I see someone call. I'll call you back in a second. I want to bid on this card now. See, you guys took too long. Then I get addicted. Signatures, auto, select, love. Let's see what this card does. This is this is numbered out of 75. Numbered out of 75. Select. Love. Where is this card? One sold for $615. Then one sold for $386. This doesn't make any sense. Huh. Wait a second. 2024. Okay. Let's give this card a quick bid before I take some more callers here. Sorry, I'm not showing you guys. You guys want to see the last thing I bought on eBay, though? So I'll show you guys something cool before I take my next caller. Check this out. This is what I purchased. This is sick. I had to buy a jersey so I could wear it for the card show. As you know, your boy's a big Mets, Knicks, Rangers, Jets guy. Check this out. 1986 Darryl Strawberry. For those of you young kids, you may not know who Darryl Strawberry is, but he was a beast for the Mets, especially in their 86 World Series run. Your boy will be sporting this. I'm pretty excited to wear that jersey, honestly. All right, Arkansas. We're calling you. I think you got to be the last caller there, Arkansas.
Please leave your message for...
No answer from Arkansas. Cool. I'll leave you guys off with that. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you guys have questions, bring them. I'll be answering callers again tomorrow. Next card show I'm at this Friday is in Edison, New Jersey. Dallas Card Show in New Jersey. Yes, that's what it's called. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.